What's going on, guys? This is Taurus here, back with another video. And in today's video, in the background, you guys are going to be seeing a 60 kill streak with lethal score streak with the PPSH. I believe this is the Iron Curtain, with rapid fire, extended mag, and grip, with UAV, counter, forage, and paratroopers. This was before Blitzkrieg was a thing, so it's a really old gameplay. But that doesn't really matter. The topic in hand that I'm going to be talking about in today's video is, are Scuf controllers better than normal controllers or PS4 controllers, you know, normal, etc., like normal Xbox controllers. So first I'm going to start off with the pros and cons of a normal controller. So, I mean, me myself, I have been playing with the normal controller for my whole Call of Duty career, which sounds kind of cringy, but it's true. I've played with the normal Xbox controller since. I've broken plenty over playing FIFA, which is stupid now that I think about it. But yeah, I have been playing with the normal controller. And from what I've noticed in normal controllers, they're really easy to use. Like, there's no buttons, like, you know, nothing confusing that you gotta do. Like, it's so easy, like, for me at least, like, you know. But the drop shotting part, like, you know, this is an issue I have in the Call of Duty in hand. Because this is what I find interesting. Scuf controllers or elite controllers are not useful for me in advanced movement Call of Duties. Simple, because me myself, iron stick and move, I'm not really going to use the paddles, because I don't know about you guys, but it's weird when I use the jumping paddle for an elite or Scuf controller. Because I have had an elite controller, and I did use it to jump, but I only had it for like a week, which is a different story that I'm going to get to. But it's just like weird for me, and I prefer using a normal controller in advanced movement Call of Duties. Well, that's for me at least. But for boots on the ground game mode, I believe this is where, in my opinion, it's a must. Like, it's really, you really do get an advantage if you have a Scuf or an elite controller in a boots on the ground game mode, simply because you can drop shot faster than the enemy player. You can easily just kill them and destroy them. Don't get me wrong, with the normal controller you can drop shot fast. I think tactical, you can drop shot pretty fast, but like Scuf controllers you have, or elite controllers, you have trigger stops. You can just do it faster without doing that much effort, if it makes any sense. Like right here I do drop shot a tad bit, but it's kind of like delayed compared to other, like if you use an elite or a Scuf controller. And I did touch about a topic, trigger stops, which do come in elite and Scuf controllers, I believe. And those are a major thing, because those help you like shoot without putting the trigger all the way down, which I really found helpful. And in a normal controller, that does not come built in, which basically you have to hold down the whole thing all the way down. But if you guys do want to, like, you know, not do that, I recommend, instead of buying the Scuf, like, you could get a cheap version of a Scuf. Maybe like what I used to have is I used to have this thing called Trigger Devils, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I would basically attach it to the bottom or to the right hand trigger of my Xbox One controller, and I would shoot really quick with just pressing it down a little bit, which it was basically like a trigger thing to make me shoot faster, which was really, it really came in handy. I think it cost me like $17. I believe Swag had a discount code and it came like $15 or something like that. I know it's, I did buy that and it helped me a ton with my shooting and improving, but then I did break it and I haven't gotten one since because I cannot find it. But yeah, that's one thing that Scuf controllers do have an upper hand on. Also the grip. With a normal controller, I don't know about you guys, but in the summer my hands do get really sweaty. And on my normal controller, like, I'm not gonna lie, call me a sweat all you want, I have a towel next to me when I play, like a mini towel. And when I had an elite controller, my hands rarely sweated. Like, when they did sweat, like, it wouldn't sweat like crazy. Like, my hands would slip off the controller when I was like shooting. Like, they would hold on, which was one thing I actually liked about them. But with my normal controller, you know, I gotta put down the controller, you know, like, oh, I'm sweating, you know. But like, that's the one thing I like about the elite controller as well. And you know, I know all this because I did have an elite controller for like 2 weeks. Shout out to my buddy Evil Eye Dre for that. if you guys do know him, make sure to check his channel out. He's my longest friend on Xbox. It sounds kind of cringe, but he is. And he actually hooked me up with his old Elite controller when he got a new one. He sent it to me through the mail. Really nice guy for that. But I basically used it for 2 weeks, and I noticed that it stopped working. Like, it wouldn't, the paddles would not work at all. Like, I don't know if it was just me or the controller. But eventually, then I had to move, and the controller kind of maybe fell and broke. Which, you know, we don't gotta tell them that, guys. You know, we gotta keep it on the low key. But that did happen, so I went back to my normal controller, and honestly, I did feel the difference. In boots on the ground game mode, in my opinion, Scuf and Elite controllers are the way to go. Like, 100%, I recommend them all the way. Like, buy them, I beg your parents for money, whatever you can. But on exo jumping Call of Duties, I do not recommend them, because I would drop so many deatomizer strikes, nuclears on exo moving CODs without an Elite controller, and I really did not find them helpful in my opinion. But on boots on the ground game mode, that I do find them very helpful. And so that's basically my comparison on Scufs and Elites. Tell me what you guys thought about this. I just felt like making this type of video. Tell me if the video was informative, if it helped you guys out. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys are new to the channel to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. And on that note, this is King Tortoise and I'm out. Peace, guys.
Recon aircraft ready. Recon airborne searching for targets. Run that flag to command. Move. They dropped our flag. Counterintelligence airborne. Engaging enemy aircraft. Targeting enemy aircraft. Paratroopers on schedule. Ready the DZ. Recon flight concluded. Run that flight to command.
Nah, it's because we're running a 3-man, bro.
Recon airborne. Run that flight to command. Counter recon flight concluded. Returning to airfield. Run that flag to command. Move. Paratroopers in the air. Counter recon aircraft ready for flight. Recon airborne. Recon searching for targets. Move that flag to command. Faster. Counter recon is airborne. Engaging enemy aircraft. Counter recon is airborne. Engaging enemy aircraft. Drop the enemy flag. Recon airborne. Flag stolen. Get it back to command.
I died. I wanted a good time.